Welcome back, guys. This is the second part of my 2v2 battle, and we're straight back into it. Right, now just a quick recap of where we left off. Remember, this is the second part. If anyone's clicked on this first and wondering what the hell is he on about, the first part is going to be on my profile page. Please watch that before you watch this, otherwise you're thinking, what the hell am I watching? Anyway, right, we're going to be focusing on Jack's forces now, as the Prussians all run off from me. I should have taken him out, but dang it, I let him go. Never mind, doesn't matter. Right, so this is focused on Jack's forces at the moment. He's not doing brilliantly well at the moment. The Russian line, front line, is solid, in good order, and it's actually doing more damage to the British at the moment. Anyway, so Jack sent all of his cavalry round the back to attack the Russian cavalry. Now he should have known that household cavalry are better than regiment of horse. Now it doesn't matter if they're 4 regiment of horse and 2 household cavalry. Sure, he'll rout them, but he'll take massive losses in the process. Anyway, here comes the Prussian. I'm so annoyed at letting this guy go, but never mind. Anyway, he charges into the back of the British line, and he panics a great deal of the British forces, and they all start to waver and run off. Okay, so he's trying to silence the Russian hand mortars. They're actually quite ineffective, but they are slightly irritating because they fling grenades at you. A lot of the time they miss, but the ones that do hit do quite a deal of damage. Anyway, here's my remaining cavalry. I'm going to charge into the back of the Russians now. This is mainly a delaying tactic to allow Jack's forces to pull back and regroup. Okay, so I've already lost my general, so the general's bodyguard, it really is completely useless now, so I'm going to sacrifice that. I'm going to pull my regiment of horse out, the surviving units, and I'll basically let them kill my general's bodyguard. Don't really need them. There's Jack's forces, the remaining ones fleeing away, getting out of there. And yep, that's the execution of my general's bodyguard, but that allowed Jack to pull out and my guys to form up for an attack. So I suppose, you know, how many were there? 10. Yeah, 10 losses. Yeah, that's probably effective, I suppose. Anyway, right. The Prussian is now regrouping with the Russian, and is going to attack me. Well, they're both going to attack me, I should say. They're going to form up and hopefully overwhelm me. Well, not hopefully for me, but hopefully for them. I mean, they're going to try and overwhelm me and attack me. So I've got my long riflemen deployed in front of my guys. I haven't got them in light infantry doctrine at the moment. The Prussian is going to attack me here on the left, and my guards units that are on the right are going to try and stop him. Basically, fairly simple. Right, so here comes the Prussian now. Now the Prussian's slightly ahead of the Russian, so my guys are all going to focus on him to start with. So he's going to attack this one guards unit in the middle with all of his units. Isn't a very good strategy, that. He really should have fanned his men out. You know, there's 4 units, he should have had him 4 units across, so then he would have had a greater firepower. Okay, here comes the Russian now. Now I've had to thin my line out into 2 units to make it look like I've got greater men, and to make my line a lot longer, because I really don't have many left. Right, I send this 1 unit forward so all the Russians will fire on this 1 unit. This will protect my riflemen from any further losses, because I need them. I need my riflemen for well, that's basically, I just need them basically. There's no real explanation. I just need them. Right, so the line infantry in front. I was assuming they pour all their fire onto that, but they didn't. They just run off. So, you know, fair enough, they run off. But now the Prussian guy's got no support. His 3 units against my whole army is not good. That's why he ran off in the first place, to stop this happening. Anyway, so now before the Russian realises what he's done, I'm going to encircle this Prussian guy and well, take him out basically. So I get on both of his flanks and get behind him while my guards are holding the centre, and I'm going to smash him to pieces here. Here's my guards holding them off in melee, and just any second now we're going to have a bayonet charge, which is pretty sweet. Any second now. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Right up into the back of those Prussians. Now, I saw his general moving round, so I smashed into his general's bodyguard with my 3 surviving regiment of horse. That was probably a good move, because it kills his general off. I know I lost my general, but I lost him early on in the battle, so it has no real implication on it. But later on in the battle, an instant death of the general when really he needs to stay alive, that really has a massive effect on morale. So anyway, there's the Russian general has now died now, because the Russians come back over, realising his mistake, but he's coming in a bit of a, unorderly manner. So it's one unit at a time, all racing over, trying to attack me and help his Prussian ally out. As you can see, though, the 3 units that were way ahead of everyone else have been annihilated immediately. Now, the remaining Prussian forces, Prussian and Russian, I keep getting them all mixed up. They're on the far right. He's got both his hand mortar guys, and he's got all his remaining riflemen and his guards units and his line infantry are all firing at one unit. So as he's all firing at one unit, the rest of my army can basically get round his flank, as I'm doing here. So I got my one unit taking all the fire, and the rest of my army swinging round the sides. Now he notices this, but he also notices Jack's remaining forces coming back into the picture on the right. You can see them all coming back in again, the British flags all approaching. So now this is as I've wiped Prussia out, because they were encircled and annihilated, we can now both focus on Russia and finishing them off. So Jack gets his skirmishers ahead and routes a guards unit. I think that's a guards unit. Yeah, I think it is. Wipes them out, and now the Russian is going to make a sort of Alamo stand here on the hill. It's quite valiant, I suppose. Jack sacrifices his cavalry. No, it's not a smart move. He's got him in diamond formation. Now, diamond's like a wedge, so really you should only use wedges in the flank of the enemy, not just go headlong into him in wedge formation. It minimises the effect of the charge. Here we go. So he's going uphill in wedge formation into both of the rifle units, which the Russian quickly backs up with his guards unit. Okay, in the background, one of his hand mortar companies was lagging behind. Just see the flank. Oh, it disappeared now. But that was a hand mortar company, so I took one of them out, which is good. So that leaves 2 rifles, a hand mortar, and a guards unit left. And I have, I think I have enough men to take them out. Anyway, so I'm fanning round both sides of the hill here. My riflemen in the back. They're virtually out of ammo now, but the battle's nearly over, so it doesn't matter. So here we go. I'm fanning round. My main units are going to attack the centre with the riflemen backing them up, and then I'm going to send 1 unit of line infantry on the right and 1 unit around the left, and basically, kick their asses. Right, so we've got. Oh yeah, I forgot about this bit. Yeah, his hand mortars are bloody irritating, and I did what Jack did and charged a unit of my line infantry into him just to silence him. That's a sacrifice of my men again. I do tend to like sacrificing my men, don't I? But here we go. This is just a delaying tactic just to minimise the casualties for the rest of my army. His riflemen have successfully routed the Jack's cavalry. So anyway, right in the back. So I'm going to focus all my fire on the one of the guards units, the remaining Russian guards unit, I should say, because if I can get that to rout, then it shouldn't be too much difficult. Shouldn't be very difficult to get rid of the rest of his force. Okay, here we go. Right, this is all the fire being directed on that one Russian unit, and they're all wavering now. There's like a kamikaze attack. That is riflemen charging into my line infantry. Yep, there we go. Everyone running away. Okay, so that was this is virtually the end of it now. This was a 20-minute long clip, and I've had to edit it down from 3/4 of an hour, so it was a very, very long battle. This, but I hope you enjoyed it. It was a good battle to my 2 opponents. Their names elude me. I cannot remember them. And Fear Jacklg, that was a good battle to him as well. Right then, that is the end of this battle, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you remain interested to watch my videos in the future. Goodbye.